my kids, my wife. I'm like, yeah, you stupid piece of shit. And why'd you do that? And then say, oh, you didn't think about that before you shot 3 people?
Ooh, that is
try to
not
rob
good.
an ice cream truck?
What about their family, their kids, and their life?
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, the dadgum, just the selfishness of these people just blows my damn mind. They're always thinking about themselves.
Is there only a singular cell? So if you have multiple people, they have to share?
I'm gonna be honest. I could have sworn there was another one here, but maybe I just misremembered. I thought there was 3 cells, but I guess there's one there and there's one here. Oh wait, what? I thought there was another one. This ain't a cell. What the hell?
I think that's
Yeah, so we need more cells.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need more cells. That's what we need. Also, we need a garage. We need cover parking because people are gonna leave. They need a place to leave their cars without putting them in the motor pool.
Yeah.
Like I'd love to build out a motor pool here.
Sheriff Blaine County.
I wish we could pull vehicles out, but we're not able to.
Oh, that's an easy fix though. It's not
So this whole I think they got to get the internet.
But if they only have one cell,
that's all going to come with time. I mean, I don't think that should necessarily be a thing. They got a landline, so if you want to get on duty here, you can. But that's about it.
Yeah,
but that's good, you know, because we don't need all that shit coming up here. The problem is now there's a lot of crime and shit happening up here. We can't respond to it because it's hard to get from downtown all the way up here in a feasible amount of time.
Yes, and that's the thing though. Like, but again, are you able to split the PD so there's like people up here or a handful of people up here, and then the rest is down in the city? Is that feasible as it is right now? Or would it have to be in the future still?
So here's what my opinion is. You know, kind of going back to that unified police department idea.
Slow charge, I think it's 42.
You have the sheriff's office and the LSPD working in tandem, and pretty much everybody does everything, but there's a focus on a certain area. Because at the end of the day, just truthfully, a lot of times you having that sheriff's office open and having that damn sheriff badge on, it's part of who you are as a person. Now I'll tell you, I talked to Barrick the other day, and I love Barrick Johnson. I mean, he is a sheriff. He's a sheriff through and through. That's what he is. I mean, he needs to be in the sheriff's office, and he's putting the work in, he's putting the time in, he's doing what he needs to do to get up here. I think it has more to do with who you are than anything, Yeah. So it's just part of who you are. It's just your character, right? That's me too. Like I'm a sheriff, and that's it.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily about having certain jurisdictions and whatnot, because I heard that's what happened over time, right? Where they'd grab somebody and dump them off into somebody else's jurisdiction. It's like, what the hell is going on here? Instead of you're a police officer at the end of the day. You're a law enforcement officer.
Yeah, that's not how it should be.
Yeah, but I think as far as the numbers getting there to hard split, I don't think it's about that. I think it's just about having the numbers to cover the entire area.
Yeah,
and that's just something we are working on.
Okay.
I don't know if this ain't one of them things that it's like a tomorrow thing, right? But I think it's one of them things that it has to be a pretty damn soon thing, because people are feeling a little bit better with some new recruits coming in, but we also got to find some of the right people who are going to fit. Because I don't know shit about what happened to certain folks, and I heard some people left the state, and some people have they gone on to do different things with their lives. Like Miss Hall here is she's one of the top Group 6 workers right now, and just different people. They decided I have a different path in my life, and
that's what you know.
That chapter is closed, and I want to do something else. Now, some folks, they got some family or whatnot that might still be around, and maybe we'll go from there. It was their story might be a little bit different, but when it comes to them individually, that's it is what it is. Now, I do think we need a baseline of numbers. I was looking at the roster. I'll tell you, I was up till about 8 a.m. last night. I slept about 3.5 hours, and I woke up in literally 1 minute before a shift meeting, right before tsunami.
It kind of
And
goes
I'm
hard,
looking at
honestly. The
numbers, I'm
cowboy
looking at
hat kind of goes
names,
hard, Michael. Not
I
running
just I
along.
just want this thing to work.
Yeah.
I remember coming into this damn office, or coming into the office every single damn shift meeting when I was around, and you look around and there is life in that room, and people are happy and people are excited, and it's not that it ain't there all the time now. Or I should say it's not there now, but it's not there all the time. And we had a shift meeting where I've probably led more than a handful of shift meetings
That's
myself,
why
and I'm not even the senior
like
officer. But
Sandy
it's just because
PD was
there's like a
always
natural degree of respect, because my age and
laughing.
my experience, people know, yeah, I can go up there and I can give a damn meeting. So um, I also keep my ear to the ground really damn well and pay attention to pretty much everything going on, so I can talk about shit because I'm on duty damn near 18 hours a day. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on with me. So yeah, right now morale's turning around, it's picking up, and I think this having the sheriff's office open and bringing in the right people who can train more folks is uh that's what we need, absolutely.
Yeah. I think it's good if we have a conversation with Nakota, seeing as he is the PD liaison
Absolutely.
on the table, so we can make sure if we do bring it forward, we bring it forward the right way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, are you guys not able to just use this place? So what exactly do you need from us, as in like the council? Is there anything specific? Just that you guys have the authority to use this place, or
Well, basically, yeah.
okay?
I mean, at the end of the day, as far as I know, opening up a new department is a council thing, right?
Is it? Was that the
It-
same
I,
thing
I,
back in the day, Jenny? Like it was like
What?
had
am I wrong?
opening a new
Say that
department.
again.
Like if we wanted to open a new department, is that a council thing
Uh,
or?
you go through at the time. I guess it's council because it would be Senate. So
Okay.
yeah, council.
All right. So then in that case, that makes sense. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's my goal. I mean, I think there should be a lot of stuff going on with Sandy and Grapeseed because there's housing and stuff going on in the South Side right now, and I don't know if y'all have been to the South Side lately, but they're just kind of driving through that area with like Grove Street and the Little Ireland and all that. It just you start you start getting some bad headaches. There's just so much going on there where your eyes are diverting left and right, and so I wonder if there might be too much shit going on in the South Side. I don't really know. Maybe y'all have a little bit more insight than I do on that.
Yeah. And that's why like we live up in Palito, and as much as I hate that it's so far away from everything, I do love that it's so far away from everything at the same time. It's a nice community, and
Yeah.
like you mentioned, you had the markets back in the day, and they kind of died off. I don't think that's going to be the case this time around, though. I feel like Palito is expanding at a pretty good rate too. So at the same time,
I'm actually noticing that as well. I'm noticing more people are just naturally going up there.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
and that's why like I feel like having you guys closer, because Palito is expanding, is
Yeah.
an easy sell. We need you because every time something happens in Palito, you guys have to drive from the city all the way up, and it is what 5-minute drive, is not more.
Yeah. I mean, it's not realistically. You can't even respond to it
Yeah.
because by the time you get up there, it's like, well, we can't stop anything. So the best thing we can do is get a report.
Yeah.
And I mean, that still might be the case, right? Like even when we open this place up, this is going to be a place where we might be in the city, but having somewhere where we can work out of, and hey, I need to get a new car. I can get on duty here. I can take the train here. I mean, you can stay the night in the motel. You wake up in the motel too right now, so it's real damn easy to get here.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to drive here. Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. Yeah, I would love to see some more homes. Can you buy homes in Polito right now?
Palito, yes. Yes, Palito, you are able to. I don't think you can in Sandy, though.
Yeah, I mean, this beat to hell. I mean, I'm just looking here. I don't know what happened while I was gone. I don't know what's going on, but I mean, I hate to say it, but you might have to come out here and you might have to like bulldoze some of this place and build some homes, or like you have some of these places repurposed and whatnot.
Yeah. I'm sure that's possible as well. But
Yeah,
you can
now that's a process. I get that.
Yeah, you can bind Palito, that is available, and that is also why there's more interest. And then on top of that, you have the lumber union, which is pretty stacked. So generally, there's just more traffic up there. Obviously, people are also being forced, in a way, like G6. You're going up to the bank, which might be most of your calls is that people, do their G6 work up there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Here, let's y'all mind if we go to the gas here and grab a bite to eat? I'm starving.
no, we're good.
But yeah, tell me what y'all think. I mean, obviously, if people are living on Polito like you are, then we have the ability to respond and work out of here if we need to. To me, it seems like shit needs to happen pretty quick.
Yes, I agree. I think my only worry again is just the numbers. Other than that, I think it's a necessity, and I think we should have you guys open up here. If you have the numbers, then fucking just go for it. Basically, is what I think of it.
Yeah, I mean, if this is something the city requires, because I'll tell you, I was talking with Captain Slacks the other night, and it feels like we're years behind everybody else right now. Yeah. And in the last couple of days, it's picked up a lot. We just got new vehicles and stuff too. I don't know if oh yeah, I mean, hell, I was driving it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some new vehicles and whatnot, which is good. We're gonna get personal vehicles here, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be special. So
yeah.
Now I know the sheriff's an elected position. Is that a election within the department? That's what it was years ago, or is that a city election?
For the sheriff,
or they vote on by the public. Yeah.
Jenny would know more than I do on that part. How was the sheriff elected again? Was that? I'm assuming that's PD. Okay. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, we had a very legitimate election whenever I was, brought in to become captain.
They picked.
So they picked.
Then it picked. Kind of whatever happened sort of deal. Toretti was so Card was picked by Soze. Toretti was picked by Senate.
Okay. I think this time around, if that is the case, I think people are being picked, so it would make sense to have PD do their own voting in that case, who should run the place. Obviously, we will do the voting in terms of having this place open or not. But I feel like having the position would be PD themselves. No? That you agree or not?
Yeah, I mean probably. I know in other places that the sheriff, if I'm right, I believe the sheriff's an elected position.
It is
in other cities, mm-hmm. where like the city votes on who the sheriff is. But I don't know if that's. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes in Los Santos, things just you can't give too many people too much because they're going to put some dadgum moron at the head of the sheriff's office instead of someone like me.
Traditionally interesting.
You never know what's going to happen,
No, I agree. I feel like if it were to be a elected position where the people would do the voting, I don't see anyone but you winning. I don't see anyone else really fitting that position. And that's not.
I think there's as far as candidates go, mm-hmm. I think that Ms. Hall can probably attest to this. In the past, we had a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of we had a wide range of talent in the past where you had people that were just killers, top of the top, I'm talking I'm talking damn folks like Jack Ripley or
he's talking about
Dominic Toretti.
Oh, he's talking about impeding. He's not talking about criminals.
Then we had some folks that were dead gum.
Yeah.
Conan Clarkson. Angel's another one. I mean, Angel was top of the line. But so it's you know what I mean. We had a lot of folks,
Yeah.
and so having that a smaller department right now really allows us to focus on the training and what you want to see out of the police department, which has been really, really good. And making sure that people are really they're kind of keeping to
Michael Sheriff arc.
how do I phrase this?
Nah.
You want to make sure that the people here are everything that they're doing is within the scope of how they would think. You know, they don't start losing their damn minds and they're getting all pissy and moaning and all this shit about what no, okay, we don't do that shit here. All right. And making sure that you have that sort of frame of mind, I think is really important. And knowing, hey, as a police officer in this department, we need to make sure that we're interacting with the community correctly.
Yeah.
There's a degree of professionalism here that
I need to take a piss.
It resonates with the people.
I agree. Give me 2 seconds before we continue. Just gonna borrow his rest or her rest. Yes, her restroom.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I don't see why it would be a problem. You know what's funny? There is more traffic. I feel and that this is without me actually knowing. I feel like there's more traffic in Paleto than there is in Sandy right now, because I don't feel like anything goes on in Sandy whatsoever. And I'm gonna ask him about that because right now, yeah, no houses. That might be why.
We feel the same way about you. You know, I mean, people ask about Jenny Hall, and I'm like, oh hell, I mean, she was one of the best. You know, one of the best of the best. So I mean, it means to me personally, it means a hell of a lot to me that you're still so supportive of us and whatnot.
Yeah, of course. I didn't leave with any bad blood. I still don't have any bad blood. I have nothing but support for the PD. I have nothing but love for most of the people in it too.
Yeah. And we just got to make sure that we're bringing people back the right way, and bringing the right people back, bringing people back the right way. And
probably the garage.
It ain't some dadgum. It's funny. I talk about coming in.
But he's saying there's no garage, but there is.
You know, I want to come in the meetings. I want to have that family atmosphere, and I'm not out there. Look, some shit happens. Hey, I'm out there with my brothers and sisters. You know, I'm not out there with my coworkers.
Yeah.
Because I don't like operating that way. But at the same time, it ain't like I get on duty and it's happy hour for
but there isn't
16 hours.
anything in Paleto or in Sandy either,
so
or Grapeseed.
Well,
there's, I guess Grapeseed has the weed guy, but that's about
I'm
it.
a mom and pop type of guy.
You have the lumber stuff up here, which attracts people to be in the area. Obviously, you have the housing. You have G6 going here. You have broken down cars. Hunting too, yeah, true. Sandy, like this entire area, basically has nothing.
It's one of those things where you want a form of friendship and camaraderie while also knowing how to do your job and supporting.
I feel like they should move Grime
cloak and daggers bullshit, and somebody's trying to get one over on this guy or that guy, and there's
They
a
should.
degree of
We should
banter,
redo.
there's
Yeah.
a degree
We
of
should redo the airfield and then
you need
redo
to have a little
Grime.
bit of juice going
Having it be like a
sometimes, just to
private
light a
airfield
fire
where
in people's
Grime
asses.
is the ones that
People do
would do
enjoy
it.
that,
That would
right?
bring traffic,
But
I think,
when
to
that
some degree.
fire
And then obviously
gets
housing.
too close and you start burning yourself, that's when things get bad,
Yeah.
So we got to make sure that nobody's you got to make sure two things. One, you got to make sure the fire ain't getting too
The
hot.
hunting
You got to make sure that
stuff should move
the
to
people
Sandy.
getting close to the fire are wearing, they're fireproof. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree, and I think the vision is good to have, and I think it's the slow roll when everything's just picking up off the ground, but stay at it and it'll get there. And if you thrive and aim for that kind of family value, with that hard work, it'll come.
Yeah, and I feel like I feel, I mean, there's only a few officers now that were around when I was around. Like I said,
I should tell City to
and,
make
most of which I barely even overlap.
make
with.
these two drop spots for G6
But
as well.
I love it here.
When was the last time
and
you
I
fucking went
really-
to?
I mean, I can't tell y'all enough.
Oh, I
how
haven't
much
done
I
any
miss some of them
G6 in a
guys
while though. That might be why.
Were around years ago.
I was gonna say, when is the last time I went here to do anything G6
They meant
related?
a hell of a lot to me. But what we got going now is
Fishing? I don't know if we're gonna do fishing again
it's
though.
pretty damn good. It just has
Yeah.
to continue growing in the same direction. We got to retain that quality.
Yeah, as
Hey,
you said, you can miss
Saturn.
the people, but you can take what they brought to the table, apply it to yourselves, and grow something better.
How you doing?
Yeah.
What does Sandy have? Nothing. Question. How active is Sandy in terms of like, how often do you get a call in Sandy and the Sandy area?
So, specifically Sandy, I feel like there's a little bit of activity in Sandy, but it's because Sandy itself is so small. So the reason why I like Sandy in general, I feel like it's a central location
We kind of
to
been
be
there,
able to
done
go
that
north
already,
if we
Saturn.
need to, and go south if we need to. In fact, I still expect us to be in the city a lot of the time.
Yeah.
It's just one of them things where having like a central location on the island where you can go up and down.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
hell,
I
I'll
get
tell
that.
you. Did y'all hear about what happened to Captain Slacks?
No.
Captain Slacks got shot up here, and it took us so damn long to respond that you know what I'm saying. It's just one of the things where
Shopping spots.
he ends up getting damn near assassinated. He gets shot in the eye, and here we are.
Is Sap doesn't
It just takes us so long to
for
get up here
permit,
that
does he?
we couldn't find the guy or anything like that.
Yeah. No, that is definitely the biggest issue as well. Is like the response time to anywhere north is just long. And
Yeah.
again, I'm just kind of prodding you in terms of information because I don't really know. I feel like Sandy, like 5 years ago, Paleto would be the dead zone, right? Sandy would be active,
Right.
the city would be active. Paleto itself would be kind of dead.
Yeah.
I feel like right now, as I see it, Paleto is active, the city is active, but Sandy is kind of the dead zone currently.
Yeah, I think that's odd. I feel like there is a particular push towards getting shit going in Paleto because maybe people felt like they underappreciated Paleto in the past. So I think that people will naturally be like, oh, well, I didn't do this before. I want to go do this now. My worry is that as time goes on, then people are going to take the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
And then, they just kind of stop going up to Paleto because naturally they're going to want to, be able to do things quicker.
Coal money.
And it's human nature. It's how people work. It's unfortunate, but sometimes that's just what it is, right? Because it's like, I got shit to do. I got to get out of here, whatever. So I use the analogy of it's like you're filling up a glass and you can't really have water at the top whenever you don't have water in the middle. So my personal belief is that you got to start in the city and then you slowly build out the areas and even the highways. I mean, we got to have some shit in Chumash. We got to have some shit out, the casino, out near the power plant. I mean, I would love to have like a dadgum drawing of the map of the city,
I feel like it's because there just
and
isn't much in terms of
you know,
like
have areas
activities right
marked
now.
off as like, hey, you know, let's put a business here. Let's put a strip mall here.
You
You
used to
know,
have like
this is a
Lost
place where people can go
living
and they can
here.
rent out some buildings, and then kind of like the farmers market, but they pay rent on these
Uh,
buildings, and they're used as
and just
shops, right? Like a boutique area. And
yeah,
hell, you know what we need? Let's build out a damn racetrack. You know, some people like that. They like getting their souped up cars. Some people are drivers. You know, let's build out a dadgum racetrack.
yeah.
And you know, I
I think it's
love
housing
preserving
is
the
the biggest
wildlife and
thing.
all that. I mean,
I think
obviously, you know,
housing
I'm a country boy, but
just
there's a
attracts
lot of real
people.
estate that we can work on. You know, and now I don't know how much time that takes to bring construction in here and do all that. I ain't no damn expert, but
Mm.
I think there's a lot of folks that would love that, to be able to run legal races instead of street races.
Yeah.
And yeah, it'd be I think that would be great.
Yeah, I get you. I'm sure it'll get better. It's just like from the top of my head, that's just kind of how it looked like. But again, it still doesn't change much. Having people being kind of in the middle just helps a lot, especially because there is activity up north. Having to drive from the city all the way up north
Yeah.
is a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So
Well, you know what? I'm spending a lot of talking about like a whole bunch of bullshit. To be fair, like it's let's add this, let's do this. It's like, you know, I sound like a dadgum fifth grade class president. Like, okay, you vote for me, we'll get ice cream for everybody at lunch, right?
mm,
Let's talk about the truth. Let's talk about the bottom line. The bottom line is this: I have two primary goals
yeah,
as a police officer, and just as a leader, whether it's my title or whether it's just the way that I act. And I want everybody who's around me to see this and hopefully emulate it. One, I want to make sure that really I want to make sure that officer safety is key. You know,
mm,
we got to make sure officers feel safe doing their job. And also, it's like really 1A and 1B. I want to make sure that the people of this city, when they interact with a police officer,
chop
whether
guys.
they're getting a uh, citation for speeding,
Chop guys should be
whether
out here.
they're, you know, just, hey, I run an officer at Senior Buns or whatever, they have it's not like, oh shit, here comes the police. Oh Lord, here we
Oh
go.
shit, here goes that boy.
The police is going to do this or that. I want the reputation to be, I see that son bitch, and he might give me $1,000 citation for speeding and all this shit. But at the end of the day, that is a good experience outside of the fact that now I'm $1,000 in the hole. If that makes sense.
Mm.
I want people I want a lasting impact to be made on people, to where they're not worried about the police, where they're not look, people choose their path in life, and they make their own decisions, and those decisions have pros and cons. But it's I need people to feel that they're safe, and that when they see a police officer and they're interacting with a police officer, it's going to be a good experience.
Yeah.
Now, there's also a degree of expectation here, right? I can't show up at Senior Buns and I'm getting mobbed by 6 people trying to tell me about their day and what happened, and because it's like, hey, look, 2 people just got stabbed because I'm sitting here talking to y'all. Like, there's work time, so it's like, wait, hold on. I'd love to just chat with everybody.
There's always work
But at
time.
the same time, I got to make sure people feel safe. That's the primary thing. And if we're not able to respond to calls, and all of a sudden people are going to start saying, hello, I'm 911, is this thing on? I'm telling you, that shit happened yesterday. And I went through the roof. I lost my dadgum mind, because that is my biggest fear. My biggest fear is people thinking the police ain't going to respond to shit.
Yeah.
I literally had 3 911 calls come in. Hey, we need help. Group 6, we're holy shit, I'm trying to remember exactly what it said, but it was like, somebody was like, we're getting robbed, or we're going to get robbed or something. And they said it again. No, they said, we need help because we're going to this thing. Hey, we're getting robbed. and the hello is this thing on back to back to back. And I'm telling you, I felt like this is literally just you gotta be shitting me. And I'm doing 6 things at a time, and my phone's going off the handle, and you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate that feeling that people don't feel like we're there to do our jobs when we have really damn good officers, but we just don't got enough of them. But the problem is you bring in too many people at once and they're not trained properly. Or here's another thing: there's a lot of people who they come in and they think that they're trained properly because I've been doing XYZ for years, so of course I know what the hell I'm doing. And then all of a sudden, they start taking shortcuts and they kind of go, they're kind of stuck in their own old ways, and they don't realize that like certain small things that they might have been doing was building up to a problem that they had
I like it.
That they had no idea about.
I love Isfin. He's
it's like you're eating damn Pop-Tarts at your desk, and you got your damn Pop-Tarts getting in underneath your papers and whatnot, and hey, I bought Pop-Tarts in 3 weeks. Next thing you know, you got shit all over your keyboard of your damn computer.
I'm kind of losing track.
It's one of them things,
Yeah. Well, I remember that from yesterday as well. Like we were at you showed up as well at the at Mosley's after that guy got and he was like, I had 3 or 911, but nobody's responding, and he was like really frustrated about it too.
Yeah, that is a bad feeling because we can't lose the people of the city. Because years ago, you didn't have the opportunities to make a living here as easily as you do now in terms of the access to, like, I want to be a driver. I'm going to drive Group 6. I'm going to drive Grime. I'm going to work here. I'm going to work there. There's a lot more opportunities here that somebody who just moved to the city, who don't know nobody, they can have those opportunities and they can kind of start their life here way the hell more easily.
Yeah.
So whenever you have that going on, it ends up being a situation where not everybody here is trying to do crime. Not everybody here is trying to be a criminal. We're not. This ain't a video game. This is real life. Okay. Not everybody. We're not playing cops and robbers out here in the dadgum playground. Okay. Now, shit. There's times when some bitch is doing terrorism. Okay, and we gotta send it on his ass, right?
The OOC vision for the
there's some times where old Irwin Dundee is backing a oil tanker into Mosley's, and I'm like, okay, hello, did y'all hear about that shit?
Yeah, I was there. We had to dip real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, I have never felt so bad. That was my heart sank because. And Jenny knows I'm a shoot from the hip kind of guy. That is the way that I operate. And, that is sometimes I do some things and I'm like, you know what?
What would Cletus align with the server?
And it's just, look, and most people may not agree with it, but at the end of the day, I get shit done. And that was one of them times where I
high times, etc.
Instead of me being, hey, what would Cletus do? It turned into, hey, what do our SOPs say? What are the rules here? But I'm telling you, when I see that sumbitch back in an oil tanker into an auto shop with a bunch of vehicles out front and all this shit, and I know there's a dozen people inside.
Yeah.
And I have a clear perpendicular shot at the cab. I gotta shoot that sumbitch in the head, because if I don't shoot him, he's gonna put dozens of lives in danger and cause $100,000 in damage.
They're trying to intentionally nerf themselves? No, I think they're trying to stick by the rules, but that's what he's basically saying now is...
I'm worried about a hell of a lot of shit.
He's worried about the SOPs rather than just taking action. And
I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but y'all get my point.
Yeah,
right?
I agree that you should
people make their own bed.
Yes, you should be comfortable with doing your job, even though, like, in this case, like, say, with Dundee pulling an oil tanker, you should be comfortable making a judgment in that situation and then not having to worry about SOPs. Because I feel like if you already had on your mind that Dundee is currently, backing up an oil tanker into a parking lot with a lot of people with probably not good intentions, and the possibility of multiple people losing their lives, yes, I think you should just pull your gun and shoot him. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say that's wrong, but probably if you look at the SOPs or you look at it in detail, yes, that would probably be wrong. But you saved X amount of lives because this guy's a crazy person.
Right.
Yeah, I get your point, and I agree that you shouldn't have to worry, or you shouldn't have to be scared of the SOPs. You should follow SOPs, but sometimes you need to make your decisions based on what you think in that moment is the correct decision.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I just want this shit's got to be. I'll tell you, everything that I've ever done in life.
I don't think they're trying to
before I was
nerf
here
themselves,
and all that
Chris.
stuff is.
It's
I try and build shit in a
finding
way
a sweet
that
spot
it's
where they can go
it
hard,
feeds
but
into
not
itself.
have people
You know,
be upset about
'cause
going hard.
It's you got to delegate and put people in the right positions to where they can get shit done. You got to find the right people. Again, I keep saying that you got to find the right people, and everything that I've done is up at the farm. I'll be honest with you, we got some damn good people up at the farm for me that they have just for years kind of rose above and beyond, and I don't even have to do shit no more. I mean, that's a family business. I inherited it, and hell, I'm in charge at the end of the day. But I can come here and I can move to Los Santos and I can do what I need to do, and I don't got to worry about shit because I got some of the best damn people that can get their shit going. You know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's rough. I think right now everything is a bit rough around the edges. I'm sure you're gonna find, that sweet spot, and I'm sure everything is gonna be fine in the long run. I think right now, like with everything being as it is, and you guys still finding your foothold, finding people, finding the right people.
Yeah.
It's rough, but you'll get there.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, I think we will get there. But sometimes when it comes to recruiting,
and that's role play,
accelerate the process a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
y'all want to drive around a little bit and
sure.
Come me on patrol?
Yeah. I kind of wanted to take a look. I think you should be able to park your vehicle.
I've tried it before. I don't know if they got this shit going.
We can take a look when we get over there. Yeah. No, I was on scene when Dundee was backing up that oil trailer, and we had to leave real quick. I was like, if I stay around, that's, it's gonna be borderline terrorism if I'm caught in that explosion. So,
I mean, for me, it's one of them things where it's the cat and mouse game a little bit, right? We we are going to have a little bit of the cat and mouse game, and that's part of our jobs. Hell, as people, it's all part of an ecosystem. You got some people are police officers, you got some people are criminals, you got some people that are civilians. They don't want to do crime. My opinion before is every single damn son of a bitch in the city is a criminal or will be eventually. Now I don't feel that way, and I feel like if people are. I feel like if that's how people are feeling, then actually, let me check that.
Yeah. Oh no, you should. Yeah, right here.
I mean, let me try this because I tried before and there wasn't nothing in.
I currently don't have any vehicles parked here,
but like this one. Oh, I can't even. This is a special rental, I think.
It's always a cat and mouse game of letting people do their thing, but not letting them do it to the degree where PD is not chasing.
Yeah, this is a special rental. I can't park it here.
Oh.
Actually, I can't even park this one.
Oh, fair enough. So another thing I wanted to say is that I get that it's a cat and mouse game. I think both Max, the mayor, and I are kind of of the same mindset that it should be a cat and mouse game if people put effort into it. Like, don't get me wrong. You know, a criminal is a criminal at the end of the day. But there's also a lazy criminal.
Yeah, there is.
And a lazy criminal should get fucked because he's lazy. Whereas the more, you know, sneaky criminal, the guy that tries to hide his tracks, the guy that, you know, puts on a mask and changes his mask, makes sure to cover his voice, puts on an accent, you know, all these things to make sure that you guys don't catch on. Those guys, obviously, they shouldn't have a chance. Like, they're still criminals at the end of the day, but the lazy ones are the ones that should get fucked, definitely. Whereas the ones that are a bit more smart about it, obviously, at the end of the day, they're probably gonna get caught at some point, but those are the ones where you want to have a cat and mouse game. I don't know if you agree.
No,
with that.
100%.
Like, as weird as that might sound.
No, you're. I call him.
Is this microphone fuck? What's going on?
So I ain't too dexterous here, so sometimes it's hard for me to drive and pull out my phone at the same time.
Oh yeah, you're good.
I'm trying to call him back, he ain't answering.
Yeah. But that's because of the way the server is. And that's always how it works.
See how fast this thing
when
goes.
you have a reset. You have expectations, and those expectations are high, and then they kind of dwindle to some degree. And there's more leeway, people know each other, there's more friendliness. That's just how roleplay is. When you start over...
Is y'all seatbelt on?
Yes, sir.
Right, Miss Hall, by the way, I would like to make you... Holy whatever. I don't want to... I normally pull his ass over for that, but... Look at the lights on this. Oh my lord.
I like the
see this.
siren. Yeah, I like the siren too.
Yeah, I would love to be able to. I mean, those lights in the back, they're reflecting off that window. That's bright as shit. I think.
The red.
Yeah, that probably. I wonder if we can tone that down or something.
I think it's been brought up to your mechanics already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Blinkers looking good. Yeah, this is all stuff we can work on. This looks like a dadgum techno party or some shit.
You guys gotta have fun sometimes.
Yeah, hell, I guess. Yeah, I think, what were we talking about? I'll just wait till he calls me.
I think we're just talking about the cat and mouse kind of game that is going on.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Finding the balance of letting people, you know, I don't even know what you would call it. Like, you know, give him a carrot, but not let him do too much.
Everybody wants that. Because at the end of the day, like, you make your own path in life. You know, it's look, I did this, and you got to be treated properly for that situation. It only makes sense. You know, you do some shit, then you're gonna have some shit happen.
You did say like Miss Hall.
But I'm telling you, I have had times. Erwin Dundee, you know what? This sumbitch called me. He tried to. Actually, this guy is. It was one of them things where there was an anonymous 911 report, and I'm pretty damn sure it was anonymous. But, oh Lord, hello, howdy. Look at the fleet.
I see a dev doing work. That's a self-driving car, huh?
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, the locals drive that shit all the time.
Oh, they look good.
Yeah,
Look really
look at
good.
that.
Dundee as a character. Whoop, my bad.
Oh, No, you're good.
Dundee is a character. He's something.
Yeah, he's definitely something. But you know, it's one of them things where if it gets to the point where these guys are trying to do crime and they're literally 911ing in their own crimes because they're like, look, hey, listen, I love making all this money I'm making, but it don't feel good if I'm just getting it for free. I got to work for this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I will say this, and I mean this with every ounce of truth. You know, hat off, vest off, all that shit. You know, personal feelings aside. You know, I gotta put a little bit of my personal feelings as clear as cornwood aside. I know that the three captains are. There's three folks doing 12 to 15 command members jobs right now, and it is. Look, I ain't never heard a single damn complaint, but actions speak louder than words, and when you have a cat who ain't chasing no damn mouse for a while, I know how that feels, right? And I've seen Captain Slacks gets on duty, bombarded. You know, Captain Turner gets on duty, doing interviews. Cam Ruth gets on duty, same shit. And unfortunately, Captain Ruth's one of them where she's a little bit different than the other captains. And sometimes when you're a little bit different than how other captains are, she gets, I think she gets a whole lot of them damn gnats in her ear. I don't know, maybe she uses a deodorant she shouldn't be using or something, but she gets a whole damn gnats, a lot of damn gnats, hornets following her around, which they don't really like how she smells, but sometimes you need somebody who smells that way, Now that's personal feelings aside.
I completely lost what he was saying.
But you need that, because you got a whole lot of different smells that you need in any sort of organization.
I'm not following what's our.
I agree.
Yeah, but that that's personal feelings aside.
Let me ask you something. So I'm gonna push forward today a legislation, hopefully, called the Ego Act. Do you know what the Rust Act was 5 years ago?
No.
No, he won't.
No. Okay. Well,
It was far after.
Yeah.
This time.
So it's basically a legislation that prevents people from committing repetitive crimes towards the same people or the same group of people, businesses, etc. So saying that a group of people is targeting or harassing the same person or the same business multiple times, there will be a fine specifically for that. So, for example,
so beyond stalking.
Yes. So say I know there's a lot of shit going on around most states right now.
Yeah.
So that would fall under that category. If the same people were caught or reported doing crime to that business or those people more than 3 times, they would be able to be hit, with that fine. That would fall under the Ego Act. If they do it 3 times, they get a fine of something that we need to figure out. If they do it 5 times, they will be put on hold until somebody figures out what they want to do with them, basically. I don't know what you think of that.
I mean, I definitely think that's something that should be considered. Maybe just a heavier fine.
Yeah.
If there's a track record of, there's a report of this person verifiably has done X, Y, Z, but you know what people are going to do? Hey, how do you know that was me? I was wearing a mask. I'll be honest with you. I hate masks. I don't believe in them. I don't think they do shit. I don't think they've ever done shit. When I was a kid, hey, you just go out there and play in the dirt and you'll feel a hell of a lot better. Okay, get sick, get used to it, and move on. You got to get immunized, okay? Yeah. I don't believe in masks.
Well, Cornwood, do I have the legislation for you? It's called a Mask Mandate 2.0.
Really?
Yes, sir. I brought it up last Saturday. We will revisit it, seeing as currently they don't see a problem with masks. I had a conversation with Dakota. He's saying that it's on the rise, that people would use masks more and more. So yeah. I feel like if that is the case, then it won't take long before we might reintroduce it. It's going to be a bit different from how it was back in the day.
So how was it back in the day?
Back in the day, it would basically mean that if you were to wear a mask in public, they could frisk you, tell you to remove the mask, and identify yourself.
Okay. See that, by the way? You see how dumb some of these people are in the city? They just literally just ran a red light right in front of a police car. It turned green immediately after. But nope,
this one is red though.
Yeah. Sometimes I just like to watch. Nah, usually I'm pulling people. What? There's two of them.
Yeah.
No, not like that. No, I don't like to watch like that. I just mean like sometimes I like to observe how people operate in this city. You know, because I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this stupid son of a bitch?
I think it's because people are used to seeing you guys in CVP highs and they didn't pay attention that this is actual cruiser.
Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. But at the same time, I'll tell you, this happens in my CVPI too.
It's also not as marked up as the old cars used to be because of the all black.
Yeah, that is true.
Not as obvious.
Come from behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that is
yeah.
not. But no, yeah. I think there's absolutely.
It's again, it comes back to people not being lazy. So the mask mandate would be rewritten in the way that you're not able to frisk people just because they're wearing a mask. You will be allowed to tell them to remove their mask and identify themselves. But you will not be allowed to just frisk them just because you feel like it. It was, unfortunately, back in the day, it was abused, and that is why it's a bit iffy. And I feel like it's going to get pushed back. People are going to be like, we don't want the mask mandate. But as long as we remove the frisking part, there shouldn't be an issue. Because it falls back to people being lazy. If you see a person that you've seen in a crime scene, you see them again with the same mask. Again, it's because they're lazy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know who that person is.
Yes.
Like, I'm telling you, I'm... Like, we had some shit the other day,
fair.
and I'm like... Do
I
you
was
know
on the
this is who
receiving
this
end,
is?
and that's
if
why,
somebody's
like,
hanging out with
I
all the same
hated it
people every time you see them.
Because of
they got the same damn tattoos. They got the same damn everything. I know who that is.
Yes. And I agree.
You know, oh, it's the same mask. It changed colors. You know, oh, I mean, it's the whole rest of your body looks the same. Like, at a certain point, like, I call it the common sense principle. You know, like, I'm not stupid. Okay, a lot of people in the city might be stupid. I sure as shit ain't.
No,
so
I agree. That's again, it falls back to being
lazy.
Lazy person.
Good evening, officers.
Are you jaywalking?
No, I'm doing a parade.
Okay, well, it looks like you're jaywalking.
No, it's a parade, I swear. You can join if you want to.
Okay,
do you have your flags?
You know, ma'am, do you know what a parade is?
Yes. And this is a parade.
Don't put don't choose a pet.
CVPI couldn't hold your weight.
Oh, that is not a parade, basically.
Oh,
well, CVPI couldn't hold the amount of criminals that I'm gonna catch today.
CVPI couldn't hold.
You show them.
These cops?
How are you these?
Howdy.
Cole,
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Vinny, that's
Okay.
the wrong.
How are you?
I'm doing good, Corwin. I'm doing good.
Good shit. All right, ma'am. Have a nice day. If you do this again,
Okay,
I'm going to give you a jaywalking charge. And if you get
Sure.
jaywalking is a gateway to terrorism. People are so damn inconsiderate jaywalking and shit.
Oh, Vinny,
Can you imagine jaywalking? You get hit by a car.
Oh.
And then what? You know what I'm saying? People, they just run around, do whatever the hell they want to do. They jaywalk, get hit by a car, and they're crying and all this shit because they're hurt. But at the end of the day, this son of a bitch just damaged somebody's vehicle. How do you think that guy feels? Now he's got to pay damages to repair his shit.
Am I even allowed to bring this up? All right, I want your opinion on something. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Okay.
Meeting agenda, bill of human rights. All right, so we are having a meeting today. One of those things on said meeting is, so let me see if I can find it. All citizens of Los Santos may walk wherever they please, provided it is not private property they have not been invited to. Citizens may not sue a police officer or an emergency worker if they are struck by an emergency vehicle whilst doing so, provided lights and sirens are both on. What do you think of that?
Are you shitting me? I'm telling. Look. This is some lawless shit. With all due respect, that is the most lawless shit I've ever heard of.
So here's my take on it. I think
Also,
it's dumb.
I'll tell you. Okay, good.
I think it's dumb, and I think if we do it, we need to rewrite it. It basically means that if people do jaywalk, if you get hit by anyone, that is on you. Nobody should be able to be sued. Nobody should be able to be charged.
There we go.
It is on you. If you want to jaywalk and you get hit by a vehicle, you are the idiot.
That's right. You know what? I'll take it a step further. If you get hit by a vehicle, then, well, I think you should get cited for it. I think that should be a fine if you get hit by a vehicle. I'll take it a step further.
So if you get hit by a vehicle, you're causing damage to the opposite party.
Yes.
Meaning that you should get fined. You know what? I'm kind of for that. You know what?
Oh.
I think I'll bring that up when we discuss this later today.
Yeah. Because you know what happens here? People are trying to do this damn insurance. Hello? Hello?
Is it empty?
What? Is that empty? Yeah.
It might be.
The hell, I can't see nobody in there. What the hell?
It's like a small back window. You can't see anything.
Yeah, locals are crazy as shit.
I feel like the thing
Actually, I'm gonna
is,
get that shit impounded.
every time I read something like this, the only person I can think of is like, how is Reed Dangleaf gonna abuse this?
Look, and it's all with all due respect. I don't know what the hell's wrong with your son.
Not my son anymore.
Oh, okay. Was this after he stabbed you, or was this
No,
another time?
no, because the one child policy, I said, do you actually want to be my son? And he said no, and I said, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right then. I guess there's that.
Pretty simple. He's not my son anymore.
Yeah. Hell, okay. There we go. I'm gonna pull this shit aside real quick too.
Yep. Oh, you're good. I'm gonna
Like an open.
read something on my phone real quick. So give me a second.
Okay.
Give me a second, chat.
The hell? Okay. Door's not locked, so I can't even get in there either. Or door's not unlocked, excuse me.
So there's a difference in terms
Unlock
of...
it so nobody gets in the damn car.
So this one is 12%. And this one is 13%. I don't even know if we have a jaywalking charge in Denmark. Do we? What does jaywalking name stand for? Jaywalk. Danish. It's a minor traffic violation. Only. It's a minor traffic. So I guess they can charge you, but it's not a like a big thing at all. They can fine you, like. Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard about people getting charged about it. Yeah, I think when it comes to stuff like this, as much as I want people to be able to jaywalk or do whatever the fuck they want, if you get hit by somebody, that is on you. That is your own fault. Don't jaywalk.
Yeah, I don't want this bullshit where people are trying to do insurance scams and shit and be, oh, my leg hurts. Oh, I have, eons of damn pain. Nah, don't give me that bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. The amount of the amount of shit I hear about people making a complaint on an officer or people making and I'm like, yeah, I know damn well that you didn't do none of that bullshit. You know what I mean? I know damn well